Welcome to episode 48 of the Self-Care 101 podcast, helping you to crush overwhelm, stay focused, and live better, with your host, Puja McClymont. Thank you so much for listening today. In this episode, I'm going to talk about self-love being a superpower. So, you aren't perfect, and you have your flaws. That is perfectly fine. Do you realize that 7 billion other humans fit this same description? You must find a way to love yourself. Mistakes, regrets, weaknesses, everything. You are valuable and important, and to be happy, you must discover a path that leads you to love yourself. Psychologists say that self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Self-love, therefore, is dynamic. You grow to love yourself by behaving in positive ways that help you physically, psychologically, and spiritually. You can't let failure or imperfection keep you from growing love for yourself. This is a complicated psychological skill that you are absolutely able to master through practice, loving yourself without expectations or qualifications. Superpowers develop as you love yourself. So in this show, I'm going to share 10 amazing ways that you can do this. And with a bit of time, consistency, and effort, you'll be well on your way to achieving self-love as your superpower. When you learn to love yourself, life is going to improve dramatically. Listen, you're not going to be perfect or flawless, but you will acquire superpowers that are going to make your weaknesses trivial. Self-love empowers you with the mental toughness to accomplish your dreams and conquer any obstacles. As you begin to love yourself, your life falls into place and you design your life around events that make you healthy and happy. That's the key to self-love. The 10 superpowers I'm going to talk about build on each other and create a new you. So number 1, using mindful practices such as meditation, you accept yourself and you value your existence. Exercises and activities where you care for your body and mind help you to love yourself. They also provide additional mental and physical health benefits like reduced stress and increased stamina. Mindfulness means that you are conscious of the present moment and you love yourself, regardless of the chaos that might surround you. 2. With mindfulness, you begin to care about and satisfy your physical, psychological, and spiritual needs. You'll take better care of yourself, finding health and peace. Now, this is going to increase your capacity to succeed in your environment at home and at work. Your needs are met, so you're able to work efficiently. 3. As you work and give to others, you develop respect for yourself as a valuable individual within a community. You'll see the interconnected relationships that you have with other people. Both independent and cultural respect are important to progress. You see yourself as a great person who has a lot to offer a community that you yourself value. 4. These changes push you toward the growth and maturity that are necessary to be a healthy, functioning adult. Think about all you have gained, all the superpowers that make you stronger, powerful. You find yourself taking on new and challenging tasks and pushing yourself to develop the talents that you possess. 5. With maturity comes competence, which means that you increase your capacity to accomplish difficult tasks. Your respect, maturity, and love increase. They increase your potential to perform beyond what you thought was possible. You're going to be able to do more and perform better than in the past. The tasks are not easier, but your ability to perform them competently is empowered. 6. As you prove to yourself that you can act competently in the world, you acquire self-confidence, a knowledge that you can handle whatever obstacles you might confront. This confidence enables you to encounter greater independence and the power to act. 7. Competence and self-confidence make security for you and your loved ones possible, a necessity for a happy adult life. You feel secure as a human being, and you know that you can provide for your family, both mentally and physically. 8. You have moved to an advanced level of human development where you can feel empathy for other human beings in your community and the world. This is a tremendous power to sense and feel the emotions of others. You further connect with the people around you because you understand them better. 9. When you feel the emotions that others experience, their pain and pleasure, you learn how to love someone else. Empathy draws you close to people, making it possible to truly know them. You love other people because you care about their emotional well-being and happiness. You are now looking outside yourself to other people, and this is an essential step. 10. Directing your love from your center outward to the world, you find the secret that all humans search for. Loving and serving other people gives you fulfillment and makes happiness possible. You act out of love for yourself and others, and at this point, you can accomplish anything that you desire. Awesome superpowers, right? They are well worth the effort. Now, I know that was quite a list, and you might want to replay this show a few times, take some notes, write them down. But essentially, what we're saying here is that it's going to take time to develop these superpowers of self-love. But you start small, start somewhere that's tangible and easy. Start just with yourself. So before you start to approach other people, understand their emotions and how to have compassion for them, which you're probably already doing, but you may be giving too much of yourself. Start by reviewing all the things that you feel depleted by, everything that drains you of energy, everything that takes all the joy out of what you do. It might be work. Maybe you're not passionate about where you work. It might not be you. It may not be the company. It may just be the work is not for you anymore. But that's okay. Review it. Move on. It's the same with relationships. We can have these deep-seated relationships that we've had for years and years and years, and we expect them to deliver. We expect them to walk with us. We expect them to be there in the same way they have been for years. But things change. You've changed. Other people change. Life happens. Circumstances change people. And that's okay. It happens. It's not something that you can control. It's not something that is your fault, and it's not their fault. It's just that everybody is at a different stage of self-development. Some people aren't interested in self-development whatsoever, so they will always remain the same. But especially if you're somebody who is working on yourself in other ways than just developing self-love, you're going to find that you are going to lose a lot more relationships because those relationships, those people aren't working on themselves. They don't want to better themselves. And as you, I guess, vibrate at a higher frequency because you are taking more care of yourself, your needs, what's important to you, living through your values, living through passion, and wanting to feel and understand what happiness means to you, those other people aren't going to understand. They're not going to join you for that ride. It's all up to you, and it's okay. All that means is that you open yourself up, you free yourself of people who are potentially a burden, potential energy vampires, potential advantage takers. You free yourself of them and you open yourself up to the possibility of new relationships, new meaningful connections. And these are connections that you are going to take with you on your journey, and you'll recognize them. You'll see when you meet people, and there is just this, I don't want to sound woo-woo, but there is this light about them, this energy. You know that feeling when you meet someone and you just click. It's just everything you say, that person is just like, yeah, that's me. Oh, I totally hear you. And you're just vibing and you are just vibrating off of each other's energy. Those are the relationships you're going to get, in the same way how you met those friends 20 years ago and you were vibing and your energies were aligned. That was a time that it made sense. As time's gone on, it probably doesn't make any more sense. And that's where you might have difficulties in your relationships. You can't keep trying to fix something that the other person isn't wanting to fix either. You can only change yourself. You can only change the way you approach things. Now, this doesn't mean that you lose your relationships and you aren't, holding on to these old friendships. Not at all. You'll know which relationships are the ones to save. You'll know which ones you want in your life when you're 80 years old. And those are the ones that you're going to put the effort in for. Those are the ones that you're going to do your personal self-development work on. And that is beauty in itself. So don't worry about relationships like that. If you're worried about delegating tasks to other people, don't worry. If somebody has said, I'm going to help you, that means they're going to help you. They may not necessarily deliver. Don't get me wrong. I know that people tend to have good intentions. Oh, if you need anything, let me know. If you need anything, let me know. And there's this thing that we say in the mental health community, which is, don't just say that if I need something, just do it, give the action, show the action, and you'll know those people. If people bang on and on and on about saying, let me help you, those are the people to go to. There are the genuine people that are going to help you. People who just say it in the same way when you say, hi, how you doing? How are you? They don't really care for the answer. It's just something that we say naturally. If those people say to you, let me know if you need anything, it's probably just a passing comment. So don't feel like you need to go to them because you'll probably be disappointed. And let's talk about disappointment. Your expectations of others are going to pull you back and keep you, imprisoned to imperfection and perfection and self-love if you don't recognize your expectations for others. You operate at a certain level. You give at a certain level, but not everybody else is going to do that. That's okay. That's okay. All you have to do in this self-love journey of yours is to learn to recognize that, to see that in people. So when you feel hard done by others, when you feel disappointed, let down, you feel like trust has been betrayed, understand that they do not operate at the same level as you. Okay, we all operate in different ways. We all give in different ways. We all have very different boundaries. And all of that, my love, is okay. You've just got to recognize it. So if there are any difficult relationships that you have where you feel like it's a lot of give and take and a lot of that is from you, then maybe you need to give less to those relationships. And just do it naturally. You don't have to make a big announcement about it. Just do less for those people. Busy yourself, in inverted commas, but busy yourself, right? You've got other things to worry about. Put your energy where you feel happy. That is what's going to help you as well. Now, for those of you who know that this self-love work is tough because you've had very deep traumas from your childhood, from early experiences, do not give up hope. As you work on your self-love, you have to be consistent with it every day. You've got to give a little bit. And when I say consistent, 5 minutes is more than enough every single day, because every 5 minutes that you give, you are moving closer to improving that love for yourself. So don't feel like anything you're doing is in vain. Just keep going. Now, life is going to happen during this time. It just does. And it always comes, especially when you're doing really well. That's when life comes in the way and tries to throw you off kilter. Don't do that. Don't fall off. See the lesson that is given to you, because there'll always be a lesson. There'll always be a learning opportunity. View it, accept it with love, and then let it go. Let it go. And over time, you'll start letting these things go a lot more quicker. And as you let things go quicker, you're adding to your self-love cup. You are filling your self-love cup up. That was a bit of a tongue twister. But you've got to understand that life is going to throw all these different experiences, situations, events at you, especially when you're doing really well, especially when you are developing so well within yourself and feeling great and understanding yourself more. It's going to throw these curveballs, but take them, accept them, embrace them, and throw them back out. Throw them back out to the universe and say, I've got this. I can do this. What have you got next? Be ready for it. And this is all building self-love as a superpower. I said this in the previous show, you only need to do this work once, because it's true. Once you've done it, once you've gone through all of this and you just keep consistently every single day, put those boundaries in place, put those priorities for yourself in place, whether that's your physical health, your mental health, anything that you do, reading a blog post, reading a book, listening to a podcast, any action that you take in order to develop your self-love is an action you are taking to develop your self-love. I said this quote recently I think it was in a podcast or a video, but it was basically that if you want to change things, you've got to change things, right? So if you want to change things, you have to change things. And rather than falling into victim mode and accepting a reality, change things. Take your time about it. Hire the right people to support you if that's what you need to do. If you need to read more, if you need to spend some time away on a sabbatical, do it. Do whatever you need to do, because if you know that self-love is super important to you, needs to be addressed in your life, needs to be improved upon, then just do it. Do the things that you need to do to change it. It's all possible. You have all of that within you to do it. Be brave, be consistent, be disciplined, and you will get through. Thanks for listening. Thank you for listening to the Self-Care 101 podcast. If you enjoyed the show, I would love it if you would subscribe, rate and review so that other people like you can find the show. To find out more about me, you can follow me on the socials at Frankly Coaching or visit my website, franklycoaching.com. Talk to you soon.